Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Ninja Turtle, and today we're doing my year-end summary wrap-up review update video on my Marvel vs. Capcom action figure or just figure collection, because some of these are not action figures. I'm trying to do this annually. So I did one officially last year. The years before, they were kind of unofficial videos. Last year's video went really well. I did put music on that, and there was no problem with that, but I won't be doing music on this video. I want this to be a little bit quicker than that video in general, but here is most of the collection, or all of it here on a more of a wide shot. We're going to go ahead and closer, and I'm just going to talk about the updates to the collection. I'm not going to talk about every single figure here because it would make this video very long. If there is a figure that you see in this video and you're like, hey, how come he didn't talk about that, or I wonder where he got that from, or something like that, you might want to go back and watch last year's video. I might have talked about it then or in some previous videos. So I'm not gonna say everything about every figure, just the new additions and changes from last video, from last year, what I did in 2024 with this collection. So actually, that's just a good start. With this collection, it used to be over here last year. In last year's video, it was on these adjustable shelves that I made, and I decided in 2024 to change my philosophy on what I collect and how to collect it and where I display it. So Marvel vs. Capcom moved from over here to over here. It's a little bit more cramped. Sorry about that. It might be a little bit hard to see some figures. Also, the lighting setup, which I had enough complaints about last year, even though I said I'm sorry 1,000 times, it's directly behind me. I can't move this light, not reasonably. So it is showing directly on this, and I'll do my best to not block that light while getting in close, but that is the best lighting I can do. Sorry if you can't see anything, but we'll go ahead and talk about everything that was added to my Marvel vs. Capcom collection in 2024. We're going to start at the top and work our way down. All right, so here we are at the top. We're going to talk about the stuff on the wall later on, because there's some, a rhyme and reason for that stuff. But as I just said, my collection used to be over here on these adjustable shelves, and I've done some consolidating and changing and put everything over here now. That said, my intentions for the top area were for it to be more of early of the Marvel vs. Capcom, like X-Men Children of the Atom and X-Men vs. Street Fighter, yada yada. That's what it's supposed to be over here. However, there's also the issue of some of these things are really big, like Galactus, and I can't really put Galactus down here on these smaller shelves, so he has to be up here. Same thing with the Infinity Gauntlet, and Groot can fit down there, but in general the big stuff has to be up here too. So I kind of can't stay faithful to that, Coda, X-Men, Street Fighter, Marvel superheroes sort of thing. But it is kind of like that, where I do have the Infinity Gauntlet. That's why it's there. You have Sentinels here, Hulk, all these characters of the early Iron Man. That's why he's here, and so on. Gambit, Dhalsim as X-Men Street Fighter. So the actual new additions, but that's just a summary of this upper area. The actual new additions. First off is Wolverine. This is the X-Men 97 Wolverine that just came out. I don't know if it was last year or yeah, it came out last year, but I didn't buy it until this year. So I replaced the old Wolverine that I had, and this one's pinless and all that stuff. So this is Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wolverine. And next would be this Rogue. This is the last video on my channel. So I just finished this just in time so I can have it for this update video. So if you want more information about this Rogue, this is a custom Rogue. This is, I made this, a few weeks ago. So you can go check out that video. It is recently posted. Something that's not new. Actually, did I do this last year? I think I did this last year. But what is new is I bought a 3D printed head for the Sentinel here, and as soon as it focuses, maybe you can actually see it. But yeah, I bought a 3D printed head, and I haven't decided what I want to do, because here's the old one. It's kind of, there it is. Wow, you don't want to focus at all. It's probably because of lighting and stuff. But again, sorry about the lighting. It's right there. It's just really far away, okay? But yeah, the 3D printed head looks way better than, if you come on again, there we go. 3D printed head looks way better, but you can see that, like, that neck on there, it came with, you know, that, and I have to decide if I want to cut that off or leave it on there. I haven't really fitted it on here yet. It's still, you know, a loose head on there. Hard to do things. But yeah, it's still loose on there. I haven't really fitted it yet, but eventually it'll get worked on sometime. I'm also waiting because there's those rumored, they're focused, the rumored 2-packs and all the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff that's rumored for Hasbro that's supposed to be coming out next year. So I want to see if maybe they do a Sentinel and I don't need this anymore. Who knows? But they've gone Sentinel crazy lately, so maybe they got one more left in them. We'll hold out and I'll wait for that to happen. Lastly, the other thing up here, I think this was early in 2024, but it might have been last year. If not, I'll talk about it now because I can't remember. This Gargantos is pretending to be Shuma-Gorath. This is actually Gargantos from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So what it is a non-articulated figure made by D Stage. That's the letter D hyphen Stage, STAGE, and it came with a little Doctor Strange attached to it, and it was really small. So I just ripped it right off and flipped it upside down, because this is actually upside down right now, but it helps it stay upright even though it's actually upside down. I have been flirting with the idea for about a year to repaint it to a lighter green and give it a nice gloss and make it look like Shuma-Gorath, but I also kind of like it the way it is. So I'm not really super motivated to change it, but I could change it at some point in the future if I decide. But if you're looking for Shuma-Gorath, Marvel has a little bit of a licensing issue with that character. That's why we don't have anything with that character recently in any form, but they have Gargantos and Multiverse of Madness D Stage. It's like $50. It was on sale a few weeks ago. Maybe it's still on sale, but you can grab that and it looks great. I highly recommend that if you really need a Shuma for your display. Other than that, the last edition I forgot about is Dalsum over here. He just came out a few months ago, so he is new. Jada Toys Dalsum is the last thing for this shelf here. Let's go down a level. Okay, so everything up there was, although not technically fully X-Men Children of Atom and X-Men Street Fighter, but this is meant to be more Marvel vs. Capcom 1, though again not perfect because there's some other overlapping things. Obviously, like Chun-Li was in X-Men Street Fighter and stuff like that. You know, I'm doing my best here. I can't fit everyone up here anyway, so that's another reason why. But we do have the other Wolverines. So what is new? What is new on this shelf compared to last year? So first would be Bison here. He just came out, just same wave as Dalsum, I believe, the Jada Toys Bison. The War Machine is actually a newer one that just came out last year. But I had a War Machine in this display last year before, and I still have that figure. He is down here now. You can see him in the back. So this shelf, which I may talk about later, maybe a month or so from now, this is all black superheroes in the Marvel Universe. So I have a whole shelf for that. So again, I might do that like a Black History thing and just make a quick video on that. But I moved that War Machine here because he doesn't have a helmet, or he does, but you know, he also has a helmetless version. So I wanted that to be prevalent here on this shelf, but this War Machine does not have a unmasked, unhelmeted version. So and then also the colors are a little bit closer to how he looks in the game. There is that game looking War Machine that they made as well, that is basically the color swapped version of this Iron Man, which is cool, but like that would be matching the in-game sprite, because in the in-game sprite he just basically is wearing this armor but with, you know, the black and silver, or a bluish silver. Then the artwork, the key art, would be more like the actual War Machine. So that's what I went with anyway. All right, what else is new here? Psylocke. I just finished that a few weeks ago as well. So if you're interested in knowing more about the Psylocke, I have the alternate heads here as well for without the Crimson Dawn and all of that. So if you're interested in more, the video was recently posted, so you can go check that out. And then we have Sabretooth in the back. That was part of that 2-pack with Wolverine. So there you go. Put him there. I meant to make Birdie. I still might make Birdie to go with him, but I'm still kind of on the fence about that. And then we have X-Men 97 Cyclops, replacing my old Cyclops from the whatever Juggernaut wave or whatever. I went ahead and bought the pinless version. I'm still thinking about getting a 3D printed head for that and changing it, because I don't like the way his hair looks. But we'll see. That's it for the new stuff on this shelf. Now we can move down to try to get out of the way of the light again. And this is more meant to be Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And we got quite a few new additions on this shelf. Let's see. We're going to start with Arthur in front. So this is a Nindroid Arthur. And I think it works great given like its size and relations to all of the rest of the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff, and Arthur's actual size anyway. Him having this big ass head, it just works for me. He does have quite a few accessories to come with it too, but I just gave him the lance or whatever you call that thing. It works for me. I like it. It's better than trying to pay $100+ for the Union Creative version of Arthur, which is what this Firebrand or Red Armorer is right back here. I bought that earlier this year, and I got it on a deal, quote unquote. So I didn't have to pay that big full price for that. But I think the reason why, because one of the things I would love to have his wings spread out, but unfortunately those things barely stay in there. Like if I were to articulate the wings, it would just pop right out of his back. And I think that's probably why the guy was selling it. I bought it used on eBay. So unfortunately, that's the best I can do with those wings. It's not going to be all that great if I were to pull, spread them out. It would just fall flat, fall down, or fall out completely. And it's not worth it. All right, back to the left. We got the new Ghost Rider, the Danny Ketch, back there. So unfortunately it's a little hard to see. Again, I've actually rearranged this recently, so I'm not going to move anything else right now. It is cramped in here. That's just got to deal with that. But it is a little cramped and a little dark, sorry. But that new Danny Ketch Ghost Rider is there. I do still have the bike. I do think that they're going to recolor this and put it on a retro card, because I don't like the gray pants. I think they're going to just redo it and give him black pants and put him on a retro card without the bike in like a year or two. And then I'll probably buy that one and then sell this one. But that's my guess. This old Thor, actually, it's like from the, maybe 10 years ago. Thor, I don't remember what wave, but like the Return of Marvel Legends from Hasbro. This is really old, but he was wearing this costume in Marvel 3, and Hasbro already made that figure. So I found it at a secondhand shop for pretty cheap. And yeah, sure, the articulation sucks booty, but it just needs to look good. And that's Thor. That's what he looked like in that game, which is a trading out of my classic Thor that I had from that the 80th anniversary Thor. So this is just more accuracy for the game specifically. What else is new? So we got obviously Phoenix right there, and Dark Phoenix. The Dark Phoenix came out last year, and I already had the other Dark Phoenix, the 2-pack one, but I decided to go ahead and embrace this newer one with the pinless and everything because of the green one coming out with that's also pinless, so they just match. And then it came with alternate heads, so now I get to use both heads on that with the display. So I think that's really cool. Still wish this was a lighter green, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Next would be Deadpool. I swapped out the Deadpool that I had, which was the Toy Biz one, and sold that thing, and now I'm still stuck with this one. Now he actually does have this costume in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's like color 2 or color 3 or something like that. I don't want this to be the permanent Deadpool on my display, but again, the rumors are that there's going to be another one or 2-pack or whatever from Hasbro, so they're gonna get us another Deadpool. So I'm ready to customize one. I have a body and everything. I can use his head and stuff, but I want to wait and see what happens with all of these rumors that are going about, and see what actually comes out. Beautiful Joe was added earlier this year. This is non-articulated. I bought it on eBay. I think it was like $30. It works just fine. Obviously he's small. I don't need it to be articulated or anything like that, and definitely don't want to customize one. That would be really hard anyway. Iron Fist, another new ad that was added last year or this year for that 2-pack with Luke Cage. The Zero, this is Coatable Kia. This is a model kit. It was really cool to put together. It is a little, one thing I hate about model kits is that they're basically hollow on the inside, so they're a little sensitive, but they still look really good. Didn't need to do anything crazy with trying to get it to work or put it together. There's no glue required or anything like that, so it works for me. Now, if you're not interested in model kits, or if this one is a little too pricey, I believe it was like $70. 30, the company is called 30, is making a X Mega Man and Zero soon. I think the Mega Man's coming out very soon. We'll talk about him shortly. I'll come back to that, but Zero was announced. I don't think there's a pre-order yet, but it should be about $40, way more affordable than the model kit. I just had my eyes on the model kit for a little while, so I went ahead and bought it. In the back, hard to see, but you can see some green arm. Sorry, again, lighting. But She-Hulk's back there. That came out last year, and that's temporary until Hasbro recolors her and gives us the costume that we all want. And I believe that's it for this shelf. That's new. All right, lastly, this area is all meant to be, or I want it to be, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite related. So that's why we have Winter Soldier, and then we have my custom Black Widow that I did a few months ago. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out on the channel. We have the Return of Marvel Legends Hawkeye, so another old Legends figure that I decided to just pick up, and like, you know what, I was going to customize one, and then was like, it doesn't make sense. Why can't I just buy the old Hawkeye? It would be, it's not perfect, but it's almost the exact same costume. So I went ahead and picked that up. And then the new Black Panther to be the, I think it replaces my old Black Panther that I had, which was the Toy Biz one. So this is pretty much the same thing as what he has in Marvel Infinite. And then I put this Ultron here because I don't like my custom that I made. So I went ahead and just used a regular Ultron. It's not accurate, but you know, Ultron, whatever, it's fine. And then we have X up here. So again, this is more Marvel Infinite, so that's why he's over here. And I do have Thanos and Death over here that just, you know, they're not, this is more like old Marvel superheroes Thanos, but again, I kind of want them to stay on that shelf, so that's why. And yeah, Death is in there, but she's kind of hard to see, sorry. There she is. But that's it. That is all. As far as Mega Man is concerned, I did have the Jada Toys Mega Man. I believe he was in my video last year, but I decided to sell that because I'm getting the 3-0 Mega Man because I think it looks better. I never liked the Jada Toys head sculpts on any of the Mega Man things, and I only like half of their Street Fighter head sculpts, to be honest with you. But I think the 3-0 Mega Man is going to look great. It comes out next month, I believe, so it'll be added to probably the well, yeah, up here, because this is also supposed to be Marvel vs. Capcom 1, so he's in that game, so I'll probably put Mega Man somewhere next to Iron Man or something like that. But that is it as far as what I have to show you. New additions for 2025 would be Mega Man, as I said. I am currently, well, soon to be working on a Jill Valentine. You can see I got a RE3 remake 3D printed figure, but I'm going to make an actual articulated Stars Jill and an RE5 Jill to go up here. So one up here and one down there. That'll be done sometime in January, hopefully. And then after that, they'll be just continuously adding stuff. Meryl's already been announced, so I don't have to do that. Although I'm about to order a 3D printed head for Meryl, because I don't like the head that Hasbro's giving us. So I'll be replacing that head, and maybe you'll see that in next year's video. What else is going on with this whole collection? We're waiting on the Blue Venom. I believe that's a thing that might happen in those 3 packs. And yeah, I don't know all the things. Like I said, I might make a birdie to go with Sabretooth. I might work on some additional things, like I want to make some more Morgans. I have to revamp this Morgan and give her a little bit more loving. I want to give her like the fur around her chest and back, and then make some alternate costumes for her Marvel Infinite and Marvel 3 versions. And we'll see about the Storm Arena stuff, what they got planned for Darkstalkers and all of those, like the Street Fighter Alpha, Ken and Ryu. Probably going to go over here because I really like, obviously Ken he looks like the alpha version in here. So this one isn't, that's why this Ken is not over there. This is just Street Fighter 2 Ken, and I don't want that over here. I want the alpha Ken. So we'll see what they do with more of the alpha stuff, like Sakura. I'm also thinking about, because I also made a Sakura a few years ago, but I scrapped it because it broke. But I'm thinking about remaking it and giving it soft goods, because I can buy that and don't have to make soft goods, so it would have great articulation in soft goods. But there's also Storm Arena. They might make, I'm assuming they'll make a Sakura as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. 2025 will be interesting as far as figure collecting goes for the Marvel vs. Capcom side of collectors, which would be me and probably you if you're watching this. So if you want to update next year, make sure you tune in around this time at the end of the year 2025, and I'll post another video discussing what else I added throughout the year. If you have any questions about anything in particular, like I said, I probably talked about it in my video last year, so you might want to check out my 2023 video, or just go ahead and leave a comment below. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe for more customs and other things on this channel that aren't Marvel vs. Capcom related, as well as anime and video game stuff that I have planned out. So I'll see you guys soon.